opening up the keyhole and just looking outside. I'm like, no.
So then you get into the whole industry of like adult films. Was it what you expected doing your first scene? So you had me doing moonsaults off the top rope.
Oh my God.
I have implants.
I feel like I know everything somewhere. Why?
Why not?
I mean, I thought about it for a long while before I did it. I mean, I got a lot of uproar from the whole industry, but who are they to judge me?
Yeah, I mean, what are they
doing? They can all go to hell. They don't pay my bills.
No, you got a point.
And that's that.
Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Off the Rails for the year 2026. Can you believe it's 2026 already? Hey, Jamal. Hey, Dr. Jacko. Hey, John. How are you? Paul, I see you in the chat. I see everyone in the chat, actually. It's amazing without my contact lens today. It's been a great year so far, or start to a great year, I guess. I moved, obviously, as everyone knows, which was the best thing I think I've ever done. Like the wisest choice I've made in the past 5 years. Other than that, we know there's a bunch of JCW lunacy shows that have been popping up on YouTube because we have the genius of writing on board now, which is Vince Russo. Other than that, sorry I haven't been that consistent with this. It's just between traveling and moving. It's really made it challenging. Don't forget this week to subscribe to my podcast on iTunes or Spotify or Amazon Music. Crazy Train with Jasmine St. Clair. This week's guest is Gail Kim. I actually spoke with her today. We did the interview earlier. I have to say, hey, Aaron, how are you? Hi, Ben. I feel as though with WWE, when they signed her, she was the first Asian female wrestler, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think they gave her a fair shake. Like the better part of her career, I think personally, was in TNA wrestling. Which brings me to my next point. Someone like Jazz, who was one of the best female wrestlers, like she was a powerhouse. I don't think she got a fair shake at WWE. I mean, she didn't even have her own action figure. And I think eventually Gail Kim got an action figure at TNA wrestling. But yeah, she was a lot of fun to speak with. And for those of you who catch up on GCW Wrestling, I think she made an appearance there recently. It all started from this online thing between her and like Brett Lauderdale. But you'll hear about it on the podcast. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the podcast on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page, click like, leave comments. Rude comments, obviously, I delete. I know that a lot of you are just getting started here in the chat. So without further ado, of course, we have to give a big shout out to Supermassive Black Coffee. If you want to be as amped up as I am right now, let me rephrase that. If you want to be amped up for the day and you want to keep going and going, make sure to hop online and go to supermassiveblackcoffee.com, put in the code MBN, and, get amped up and be cool. So I have been, hey, how are you, Ringside News? Hi, Steve. Steve is like so cute. I've never met him in person, but then again, I think I have a thing for writers. And by the way, I know some of you got very scared because of the whole corny, whatever, Jim Cornette thing. Okay, let me just rephrase this. Jack Posobiec, who's on Human Events Daily, he was calling Jim Cornette corny, so I picked up on that, and then I just rolled with it. And I still want to challenge Jim Cornette to a strip-off, a bra and panties strip-off at a JCW show. So hopefully Vince Russo will book that. Anyway, as of late, I've had a lot of my JCW colleagues on, from the Ring Rat to Barnabas the Bizarre, and now the other mysterious member of the St. Clair Monster Corporation, who just came back from Japan for this big deathmatch tournament. He made it out alive. Can you believe that? Ooh. Let's welcome to the show, because he's actually here early, which is amazing. Sorry. I've had too much coffee. I worked out. I had a bunch of energy drinks, and I'm amped up and ready to go. Oh, and I was watching Ted Nugent earlier on the show, so I'm just very much in my head right now. Let's welcome to the show, Beastman. You actually speak. Oh my God.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you? You're alive. Oh my God.
I wish I had the energy you have right now. I am so tired. I'm still jet lagged from the trip, but I'm doing good. I'm alive and kicking, so things are well.
Oh my God. I feel like such a heel. So I forgot to send some of the new members on here their little gift packets. So if some of you guys could please DM me on Instagram, I promise I'll get it. I was in Switzerland over the holidays, so I promise I will get it out to you this week because I'm back in the States. Jesus. You did the deathmatch tournament in Japan for Big Japan Wrestling, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
So anytime I do go to Japan, it's always a unique experience. And this year was definitely unique because we did a tag team tournament. So a good friend of yours and mine, Mickey Knuckles, we ended up being a tag team over there called Booty and the Beast. So we both agree we don't know who has the booty or who's the beast in the team. So we just mutually agreed with our names together, and we ended up going to the finals and lost in the finals. But over in Japan, for me, it's not about winning or losing; it's just the experience of being over there. My dream in life ever since I became a professional wrestler was to wrestle in Japan, and being able to go over there 3 times has been a blessing in itself because I never thought I'd never get the opportunity to go over there.
Yeah, it's truly a different experience. I've been there a few times for the same company, which was a complete honor. And I see that did you get a Ribera jacket this time?
Oh no, I've had my Rivera jacket. I got it on my first tour.
What color?
It is blue.
Okay. I'm so sad. Yeah, I hopefully will get booked with you and Mickey in a show somewhere. I think someone mentioned it before, because I really like the idea of Booty and the Beast. But there's a thing. I feel as though the only way to know who has the booty is to do a sting face on an opponent and see who passes out.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be too hard with me, especially with my girth. So Mickey might be a challenge, though.
Yeah, Mickey's Mickey. She's a wild one, all right. So I'd like to ask you, and I've asked everyone this, how did you come into pro wrestling? Did it bump into you, or did you just decide you want to be a pro wrestler?
So my backstory of how I got into the business is very unique in itself. I mean, it's like how it probably everybody's childhood dream was. They saw wrestling on TV when they were a kid, and they're fascinated by what they saw. And same thing with me. I grew up in a small town in McMecken, West Virginia. It's where I'm from, home of Charles Manson. Believe it or not, that's where he grew up, and that's where he grew up. And one of my best friends actually lives in the house that he lived in growing up. So that's very unique in itself. Was watching TV one day. My grandma, she flipped the channel, and I saw Hulk Hogan, and I was like, oh. I mean, I can't remember exactly the exact moment I started falling in love with the business, but I can remember the first time I went to a house show. It was like I think it was 1989, 1990. The first match I ever saw live was Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. And I can still remember vividly them doing the spot where Bret smacks Mr. Perfect in the face. His gum gets spit out, and I'm sitting in the front row, and the gum actually landed on me. So that was like my first like true moment in the wrestling business. Like that's what made me fall in love. Like, oh, this is great. And then I got to see Hulk Hogan first and only time ever was on that show. He's never like he's gone to Pittsburgh where I live at now because like where I grow up, it was like Pittsburgh and Wheeling's like an hour apart. But like I grew up in a very small household. We ever didn't really have the money to really travel to Pittsburgh every time we went to town. So that was my first like interaction in the wrestling business when I was young, and I just grew up loving it. I'd watch it every Monday. I remember watching it when it was before Raw. It was like when they were sitting around in the conference room talking about stuff. I remember that show, WCW Saturday Night. I just fell in love with the characters. I mean, I grew up watching Tugboat, Earthquake, the Mountie. For some reason, that the Mountie was my favorite wrestler when I was younger, which is insane.
Really?
Hulk, yeah, I love the Mountie. I don't know why. I thought the gimmick was hilarious.
Wait a
And
second. Was that TCO's old gimmick?
no, that was his tag partner.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Jacques Rougeau was the Mountie. So I just fell in love with the characters. George Steele, Sergeant Slaughter, and then growing up, and the Attitude Era came around. Mick Foley was a big. Started watching Mankind before I knew who Cactus Jack was. Like, he was a big influence, and then like I didn't really like thought about being a pro wrestler until probably I was about maybe 13, 14 years old. Didn't really think it was like, because like you grow out of it. Like, I was into football in school. I was into girls trying to just do our thing, you know. And one night it was my freshman year in high school, and a friend of mine got us tickets to an indie show. I didn't even know indie wrestling was a thing. So we went to this like rec center in the worst part of Wheeling, and hold on. And we're sitting in the crowd. This guy comes out named Sweet Stevie Lee. He's a Lima native, and gets on the mic. He's like, "There ain't nobody in here that could kick my ass. I challenge anybody in the ring." So I am amped up on Mountain Dew, and I'm like, "Let's go." So I actually got in the ring. I snuck in behind him. Thought it would be fun, like just like, let's go. And he looked at me, and then he was shocked as this 14-year-old kid got in the ring trying to fight him, and his security pulls me out from underneath the ring, and they kicked me out. So I snuck back in, and he saw me at the end of the show. Is like, "You got balls, kid, but don't ever do that again." And then I was like, "No problem." But that wasn't really like what made me want to be a wrestler. What the moment that I can remember, the exact moment made me want to do it was after the show, and typical Carney indie wrestling fashion is like, I like to say, is like, "Hey kid, I'll let you step in the ring for a couple minutes if you help tear it down." Well, I stepped in the ring, and I felt that aura, that presence of like being in there, and everything just like from when I was a kid like came back to me. It's like, I know what I want to do this is what I want to do with my life. So that was like the moment when I realized I wanted to be a professional wrestler. I didn't know where to go after that. So in 2002, I met a guy who ran local shows. And he's like, "Hey, come help set the ring up. I'll teach you some stuff." So I went down there. We were in a baseball field to help set the ring up. Taught me how to bump, taught me how to lock up, taught me how to throw a body slam. And I felt like, oh, I'm a wrestler now. So that really wasn't the case. Didn't realize that I needed more training. I tried to get booked. I was like sending tapes out to people of me throwing a body slam. And man, I'll be more.
Yeah,
I'll tell you about the Manson house here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So thinking that's like what I want, thinking like, oh, I'm a trained wrestler now, which really wasn't the case. So I went to college for a semester. I dropped out. Wasn't for me. Came back home, got a job, saw the guy that originally taught me how to do a body slam and take a bump. He's like, "Hey, I want to get trained the right way." He's like, "Okay, I'll teach you." Little did I know now, from what I know now, the guy, I'm not even going to mention his name. It's not worth mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know what he was doing himself. I mean, his attitude was like, you got to act like you know what you're doing. You got to act like you're better than everybody else. Didn't really teach me the right way of how to be in the business. So for a while, I had even before I even got trained properly, I had a bad reputation. Like, I was already basically blackballed in my area. So eventually, I got hooked up with the right people. I started training in Pittsburgh. The guy that was training me, his name's Jeff. Nikita Alanoff's his name. He's no longer in the business anymore. He's gone to do better things for him. And he left Pittsburgh and decided to start training in there was another local promotion. So I kind of like went over with him, and he helped me get into the right direction of things. Mm-hmm. And we started training in this guy's garage. Now, when you think about garage, like big warehouse, like inside industrial, it's heated, air conditioned, all that. Fuck that. No, it's his house. It's the garage. It's connected to his house. Half the ring is outside the building. Okay, because we can't fit the whole ring in there. So it's in the wintertime, like it's snowing. We would have to stop training and we would have to sweep out the snow. And then it'd be blistering hot in the summer. And we did that every Sunday for about a year. And then May 17th, 2006, I had my first official match as a trained wrestler and off to the races. And here I am today.
That's interesting. I think grandparents always get the grandkids into wrestling. My grandmother would yell at the TV set. We'd watch like Sherry Martel. We'd watch my first WrestleMania was Hulk versus the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
So we flew to Canada for that, and I'd see her like yell at people on TV. Miss Elizabeth specifically, she'd yell at Hulk. She yelled at God, who else? Macho Man Randy Savage. She yelled at Snuka. Like, I'd hear all of these things. I think I still don't know how I ended up here, but I think that has something to do with it. And then obviously the very first time I went into a ring at ECW, then I wanted to go back. Like the illness was there, or whatever you want to call it. The cult mind, I call it.
The sickness. I call it the sickness because once you get it, it never leaves you.
No, it doesn't. And speaking of which, so Barnabas was on here a few weeks ago, and he was talking about Charles Manson, okay? So Jacko wants to know about the Manson house.
Okay. So if you guys look up on Google, Charles Manson, McMecken, West Virginia. Charles Manson is his grandparents lived in McMecken, and they raised him when he was growing up. So my best friend who was in my wedding, his family owns the house, and he lives in there currently. So if you look it up, you'll see a giant house, like this huge ass house on top of this hill. And it's very visible. It's very visible in town. So if you look it up, you'll see it. Like just type in Charles Manson, McMecken, West Virginia.
I'm gonna have to look at this because I just want to see what this house looks like. I wonder if it's haunted. Not that anyone died there in an unpeaceful way, but I wonder if it's haunted.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I know the house itself is very unique. It's a lot of there's a lot of like small rooms and big rooms. It's like a little bit of a maze trying to get through there. It's been featured on a couple of Charles Manson documentaries too. Like I know that his I think it's his grandson did a documentary on like trying to figure out like about his past, and I know they featured the house in it.
Man, I don't know. I knew about the shack up at Spawn Ranch because back in the late 90s we were shooting porn films out of there. So I shot this film called Punk Ass, which is a great name, by the way. And it was shot outdoors. And I remember like in that shack, I was just like hanging out there because we had like a makeup room and there's like water and stuff. I felt like this weird presence. And then someone told me, oh, this was Charles Manson's Spawn Ranch. Someone probably died here. Yeah, okay, I'm good. I left right away, by the way. I was not sick. I do not need to hang around with ghosts. So Paul wants to know, Beastman, if you and Jasmine can choose 3 monsters from WWF, WCW, ECW, or the Indies to face the St. Clair Monster Corporation at a Juggalo Championship Wrestling, who would they be? So we have to pick 3. So you go first.
Like, okay, so the question is it depends on the era, or is it like current day WWE? Like current? Oh, obviously not, but like.
No.
So against us, I would say, give me a minute to think about it because I want it to be good.
Okay,
so
Rhino's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is?
Rhino.
Okay.
PCO.
PCO is one of my choices too.
Yeah. Plus, he's like hot. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we really paid attention to I don't really think of anyone as a monster back then.
What about Andre the Giant?
There you go. That would be the monster of all monsters. He would
Yeah.
crush and destroy, like for sure. I mean, he was quite something. So I remember seeing you on all of the indies, like the GCW shows, but it's been very cool working with you so far. What was your initial reaction when you came to JCW to work? I know that you knocked over the lunacy banner.
Oh, once you get to know me more, Jasmine, I'm a pretty clumsy guy. I don't do it intentionally. So, um, I've heard about I watched the show. I've always wanted I got friends that work for the company. I've always heard good things. So I was kind of like right place, right time. Jay was at a GCW show. It's when they were doing the war games, and I was always taught to, hey, don't ever be afraid to ask somebody to watch your match because you never know what's going to happen. So I asked him to watch my match with Manders. I get to the back. He pulls me to the side. He offered me a position with the Sinclair Monster Corp, and I couldn't turn down the opportunity. So if there's anybody out here that's in the wrestling business, never be afraid to ask for advice. Always ask a veteran. Don't be afraid of going up to somebody of higher importance in the business that has like a job with a higher company and ask them to watch your stuff because you never know what's going to happen. So that's a good piece of advice I can give to anybody out there.
It's very valuable because a lot of the younger talent does not ask people. They don't ask the veterans to look at their matches. I worked on a show in Salt Lake City, Utah. I think it was called Devotion Championship Wrestling a couple of years ago.
I love Manny Lemons.
I
Toast
love
to Manny.
Manny too. Yeah. So I was there with Matt Robles. He was. I forgot what his.
How dare you speak that man's name on this podcast?
Oh, I know Missy's my oldest friend in the business. That's her boyfriend. So
Matt's actually one of my best friends in the business. So I have nothing but love for Matt. He's a good dude.
But what's his name? So he brought me in to work with him. And I remember we were in the back, and one of the younger wrestlers said to Matt, "Hey, could you please watch my match?" And he did. And I think too many people have egos sometimes. They don't want to ask. And they know they're just screwing things up by doing spot after spot after spot.
Yeah.
Now, since you watched the Attitude Era and you paid close attention, what are your thoughts on working with Vince Russo now?
I love it. It's something that I would never something I never personally I would ever thought would happen with me is to get to work with someone like him. I told him I got the opportunity to actually take him to Harpo's from the hotel at the last show. So I got to talk to him and I was asking him questions, trying to like figure out, like learn like his aspects of how he sees the wrestling business and how he sees wrestling as a television product. What we're trying to do is put on a television product, which I completely understand. And I get it. I get where he's coming from on it. So I like that it's a different aspect from what I'm used to, and it makes you think differently compared to like how you're used to thinking. So for like me, if you go out there, we have like 8 minutes of wrestling, but there's certain stuff that you have like he wants in that we need to get in to tell the story to move forward. It's like, how do we get to those situations? How do we get to those spots to where we can keep the match moving and everything makes sense? And I love that. And I love like watching how he produces backstage vignettes. So I do. It's different and unique because like I'm trying to learn every aspect of the business because I'm a wrestling promoter myself.
Yeah.
And if I can do something if he can teach me something to make that I can take back to make my product better, it's at the end of the day, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, those vignettes get us up early in the morning, but I'm not going to complain because there's a purpose to everything. And I love working with Vince personally. Like, I've always wanted to work with him. But when he was at WCW, they were like so lily white. But the funny thing is that Eric Bischoff, right? His best friend was Jason Hervey from the Wonder Years.
Yeah, I know Jason Hervey.
Yeah, he married a porn star, and they're like, oh, they're breaking bread. So where's the hypocrisy? Anyway, I just have to throw that out there. Jacko says, thank you, Violent J. Thank you, Russo. Thank you, Vamp. Yeah, it's fun working with Vampiro. I think that they've done a lot for the like quite a bit for the business in general. Vampiro has, and he's doing quite a lot of things with us, like helping out with the matches, being a road agent, and I think his character is awesome.
I agree.
Yeah. Now, someone, it seems, whatever your name is, that's a very great handle. Do you have a notebook or something about your characters you've been, so you actually have a backstory? So I get what he's asking.
My backstory. I don't have a notebook, but basically, I am a Neanderthalic. I'm not going to say prehistoric because that's kind of like out of date, but I would say I'm a basically an Appalachian cryptid that was like disabandoned by my family when I was young,
Aw.
at a young age, and I was taught by Bigfoot and the Mothman and Bat Boy how to. I lived off them. They lived off the land by them. They took me in, and I don't know how, but I found professional wrestling, and I just started falling in love with it. So basically, what Beastman is, he's an Appalachian cryptid that could be anything. So if people wanted to think I'm a caveman, I'm a caveman. I don't consider myself a caveman anymore. I'm more of a unique oddity that how can I put this? Because I don't like talking about myself. It's just like not my thing. I like to be known more as a what's that word? That's like
Anomaly?
like what anomaly? Yes, like just like this. Like, oh, does he really exist? So I'm trying to be like that in professional wrestling. I know that like I carry the giant bone, so if there's any like I mean, but you also find giant. I eat raw cow, so of course I'm going to have a giant cow bone with me all the time. It's not like a bone from the Stone Age. So people ask me, "Oh, did you get that from when you were frozen at the time?" Like, no, I ate a cow and I just ripped it out and I just used it as a weapon.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Like I've had steak tartare before. Well, okay. Anyway, yeah. So Paul wants to know, do you have any thoughts on Schlack, Masada, or Drake Younger?
As in, like, people?
Just in general, working with them. Like I love all three of them. I've worked with all of them in a very extensive, like I worked with them at XPW before JCW.
So I think each and every one of them is unique in their own way. I just came off of this tour with Masada, and we've known each other over the years. Like I remember meeting him when I was 21, when he was coming up, like when he was at one of the gatherings I went to just to hang out in. But like I actually got to sit and talk to the guy, and he taught me a lot about deathmatch wrestling, about how to apply psychology to it. Something that I really like coming new. Like I'm still kind of new into death matches myself, and I'm also trying to learn how to be better at it.
Mhm.
So he taught me a lot in that aspect. He's great to hang out with, smart guy. Like he would give me advice that like he would just give me advice. But the thing about it is like I'm still trying to learn, and Briggs one of these guys that I could like I mean even after we got home I still message him and I'm asking him questions about, hey, I got a match coming up, can you give me some advice on this? He's one of my like he's someone I can go to now for good advice when it comes to this game, and I am glad to like know him and call him a friend. Drake, love Drake. I think he's one of the nicest guys in the business. He's always been very like I don't know him like that well because I've only been on a few shows with him, but he's always been great to talk to. He's a good guy. Someone I ask for like if I need advice, I ask him. He's watched a couple of my matches, gave me good feedback. And Schlack's just fucking insane. There's no way to put it. I mean, he's a monster. I mean, he if it wasn't like in all honesty, I give him a lot of credit for helping me like that match I had with him in Japan last year. A lot of people were pissed off about the outcome, but you know what? What's that?
It's Japan, like what do you
yeah. Hey, that match made me a household name. So and like I learned about pocket chicken while I was over there with him. Yeah. So and what I mean by that is like he gets very hangry, and so so me and Mickey would like go to Lawson's and buy like chicken, and when he would like start getting upset, we would just feed him chicken. just to calm him down. So, but I love Schlack. Like all three of those guys are great people. Couldn't like, I know that opinions are opinions on, but like they're good dudes all the way across the board.
Yeah,
Great,
I've had
great.
some great experiences.
Yeah, they're great people, great workers, and great mentors.
Yeah, it was funny meeting Schlack for the first time because I didn't know who he was when I came back into the business like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
John Jay wants to know: have you ever broken your tailbone from doing any of your finishes?
No.
Okay. All right. Hey, till 5 wrestling. Whoop whoop. Someone wants to see a cartoon of Beastman's backstory, sort of like War, which I could see like a little cartoon of some type going on. You know what I mean?
That would be cool. I love that.
Yeah, like, do you have any other things outside of wrestling that promotes your character? Have you ever thought about doing the comic book, or do you have a doll?
I have. Hold on.
Not a
Ugh.
Barbie doll.
So I do have dolls. I got this one here, and I got this one here. So you can buy this one at the merch table anytime that you see me at the show. So
Okay.
I'm getting new ones made. I'm big into merchandise, so I feel like with my character, it's a good merch seller. So I'm very merch driven.
Mhm.
Outside of wrestling itself, how I promote my brand is like I'm not a big social media influencer, but I do have with my character, like I've never been a social media person. I'm very like outside of like from what you see. I'm a very quiet, chilled guy. I'm the complete opposite of how I am in the ring and how I am at shows. And I do have like other stuff I do. I have a wrestling card business on eBay that I sell cards at, which Powerbomb cards and collectibles. Thanks for letting me get the cheap plug-in.
Yeah, you have to.
I really that, and I do like every once in a while I'll go down to a local like event to like promote, like do some promoting for stuff like that. But like other than that, there's really not like a lot of stuff. Like I do vignettes and stuff outside for like social media and stuff like that. So like whenever I go out and I'm in the woods in Frick Park outside of Pittsburgh and I get scared out all the time and not try to for a while I was trying to actually do like vignettes like on a regular basis. But after getting the cops called to me 5 or 6 times, I kind of like stopped doing it because I didn't want to get arrested.
Well, if it's for your craft, it's okay to get arrested. I don't think you want to get arrested actually, because I can really imagine the bail, and they're not going to arrest you. Just the paperwork behind it is way too much. You said you have a promotion. What's the name of your promotion and how
Victory.
often those?
Oh, sorry, Jasmine. I didn't mean to interrupt. Victory Championship Wrestling. It's based out of West Virginia.
Okay. How often are we running shows?
So I try. So it's just how my schedule is now. I was trying to run monthly for a while. My first year first year I did it was in 2022, and I did 8 shows my first year, and then we tried. And my second year I did 15 shows, and then it started becoming a little bit of a hassle. And what I mean by hassle was like trying to run my own shows, promote my own shows, trying to wrestle, and try to balance that schedule out. And it was just becoming a headache. And so I took a little bit of a break, and we started back up in September of this year. Like I took about 10 months off, started back up in September. Now I'm focused on 4 or 5 shows a year, just to whenever, like I try to run. So I usually have the same consistent schedule. So I always run the Sunday after the Super Bowl because that's like the one day of the year where there's nothing going on. I run the weekend of Labor Day and Memorial Day, and I usually try to run the Friday of Veterans Day of that week. And I've been consistent. Like those have been my consistent dates for like guaranteed dates for like the last like 4 years, and I've always drawn well on them. Because like McMecken, like my area, it's a walk up. Like it's very there's not a lot going on. So Wheeling is like it used to be a big hub, but it's kind of like really shrunk down over the years. WWE used to come to town maybe once every couple of years. We have a local hockey team. That's really all we have. So like when it comes to entertainment, it's either you go to the creek and get drunk, or go to the bar. So I try, and there's really like not a lot of stuff for families. So I like my promotion's really family driven. It's very old school based as in like promoting. We have to put posters up, banners up, radio, TV, social media really doesn't do a whole lot. I used to do online ticket sales, but that really doesn't do well. So we're like, it's really a walk up town. So it's really like an old, like, 20 years behind the time when it comes to like the promoting aspect of things. But the crowds, we draw 300 people on a consistent basis. They're some of the, I mean, they love the old school, the new school. Uh, it's, I really, like I knew the area, so like I knew what they liked. I knew what like so when I booked my shows, I booked to like what they like and like I know what will draw for the crowd. It's like I don't go like I'm going to spend X amount of money and bring someone in that no like my crowd's not going to know and it's not going to like get me my return on my investment. So I have to be smart with it.
Well, yeah, but I think I'm just looking at some of the comments. I think that a lot of these people that run shows, sometimes it's too much. I had my own company at one point, 3PW Wrestling, but I ran every other month, right? So when you run every other month, it gives you that even balance. I would put flyers at a certain sub shop. We knew the guy that owned it. I would have flyers go on each of the takeout deliveries and home deliveries. So you get a flyer, you walk up with that, you get $2 off the ticket.
Yeah.
Because that was a very big time for walk-ups. Flyer other wrestling shows. Go outside of a church. I don't know. I mean, I would just have a street team go. Jacko's saying we got to go Barbie doll collecting together like you used to. No, I still actually collect Barbies. I have like a huge vintage Barbie doll collection. Do you collect anything besides money?
I collect wrestling memorabilia. Like I personally am trying to build. I have an attic in my like up here in my house. It's not finished yet, but I'm like trying to build it to be like like a museum,
Mm-hmm.
like my own personal museum. Like so, like okay, so if you don't mind, like so over here, I got like some stuff I got like saved up right now. Nothing like nothing. My wife's mad because I took the china closet because I like to show my stuff off. But like, so I'm trying to build. So I collect wrestling memorabilia. Uh, I'm a bowler outside. Like nobody knows this. I'm a state champion bowler in Ohio.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like a little hidden talent. So I collect like some bowling memorabilia too, stuff like that. Wrestling cards. That's like my thing too. Me and my wife, we like to collect hotel, like we keep hotel keys of like whatever hotels we stay at and stuff like that. So we like to go on trips together. Uh, just really like nothing like really crazy and like that. So
That's nice, though. I mean, the hotel room keys, like the old school ones, are cool. You see them on
yeah.
eBay all the time. But this bowling thing is it's very different. Okay, I've never heard of even collecting bowling memorabilia. Like, what's bowling memorabilia? Shirts, jackets, bags.
So um rings. I don't have any rings because like I want to try to earn my like 300 ring, my 299, 298 ring. It's like so like everybody. So if you bowl a 300, you get a ring for it. But you also get like a if you bowl a 299 or a 298, you also get rings for that as well. I have bowling shirts. Like I like to like when I meet like professional bowlers, I like for them to sign bowling pins just to keep like to have their signatures and stuff like that. If I can get my hands on which I don't have yet, a used like jersey they wore during like a tournament, those are
Yeah,
always very valuable to buy. Bowling balls. I actually have a Pete Weber bowling ball. Hold on a second.
this is interesting, guys. I mean, I've never met anyone that collects bowling memorabilia, but I guess there's a collector for everything out there, whether it's dead presidents, whether it's bowling, whether it's Casper the Friendly Ghost, baseball cards. What else do people collect? Spoons, Barbies, vintage dolls, coins. I used to be a vintage
Uh,
dealer before when I was younger. So that's how I got into all this. Oh my God, look at that. How much
so
is that?
this is 16 pounds. So this is a used Pete Weber bowling ball.
Okay.
So it was signed, but it's very faded out because of how the I'm trying to get it close. If you look right there, you can see the signature. So this cost me about when I got it like 5 years ago. So I got it for a couple $100.
But that is, I don't know, like, how far are you from Carlisle and Runningers and all that?
Not far.
Hootstown. I used to go to all the shows there because I used to be a dealer as well. So I was dealing, really old school stuff like soap containers, character ones,
Okay.
like stones, things like that. Trains, Matchbox cars. That's how I got introduced to Barbie and Casper stuff. I'm
That's
afraid
cool.
of ghosts, so I guess like the Casper thing helped me. Do you see a difference between American versus Japanese wrestling and the way promotions are run?
Yes. Yes. Big. Oh God, there's a big difference.
Yes.
So Japanese wrestling, it's the one thing I like about it. It's there's no baby face heels for like unless you're a gaijin coming in.
Mhm.
Everybody's a team over there. Everybody works as a team. Like we all like. There's no everybody works as a team there. As like they all help set up, tear down. Everybody works together. It's like the same roster consistently working all the loops, but it's like a different matchup every time. While in America, it's like everybody's more out for themselves. It
Mhm.
seems like. So I love how Japanese wrestling is. The fans are more like they're very respectful and they let you do your craft. When over here in the States, everybody is like all the like. I'm not shitting on anybody, but it's like they want you to go. When over there, it's slow and methodical, how it should be here in the States, and
Yes.
you got to build to that big reaction from the crowd. So I mean, nowadays indie wrestling matches are car crashes because like they want to see blood. That's how a lot of matches are nowadays. It's like false finish, false finish, false finish right from the get go, and they don't get a reaction half the time because the crowd doesn't know how to react to it. At least in Japan, they'll clap when they appreciate you for what you do.
Yeah, and you also have young kids in the audience. A lot of them are wearing these rain ponchos so they don't get the blood splattered all over them. I wish I could
That
be ringside sometimes. The amount of times I've been hit with glass or someone's blood on my outfit or whatever. There are times I came home from work in an XPW show. This is gross. And I just go straight to bed. I didn't even shower or anything. I'm just like, fuck this. I'm going to sleep. But I didn't catch anything, so I'm good, Paul wants to know, what's your favorite gift that you have received from Japan? Because fans do bring gifts there. Or are you at that level yet? Or?
yeah, I'm at that level. I actually got it right here.
Okay, let's see. Oh, candy. Wait, are those underwear?
Yep,
Oh, was that from a man or a woman?
I was from a woman.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Midnight Hustle.
Husk.
Okay, yeah, I feel as though it's easy for an American wrestler to go to Japan and meet someone that will worship them and probably get married to you and serve you for the rest of your life. Am I right about this, or am I mad?
That's all I
Yeah,
need to say. That's
that's
all I need
very
to say.
that's very what do you call it? It's very suggestive.
Yes. I'm at Corrigan Hall, and this lady walks up to me, and she gives me a bag. It has like some candy. It has like some beef jerky and stuff. Yeah, I don't really look into it. I get back to the hotel and I open it up and I look and I see that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, it's the gifts they give you is very unique. I get a lot of chocolates over there, so which is really cool. There, I probably have gotten more gifts this time from people than I did the last two times I was there. So I was very cool. Like I got some. I think my favorite gift I got. Hold on. I got it over here. Here it is.
he gets gifts. I mean, this is something else.
I'm sorry for jumping and getting out of the seat very
No, it's
repeatedly.
Blackie
Well,
Lawless got a bunch of gifts in Japan. Like I think after he was finally nice to the fans, you know, because there's that story about him. Let's see, what's this?
it is a Bruiser Brody vending machine coffee can.
Okay.
So I'm a big Bruiser Brody fan. I don't know if you can tell or not, but
Yeah.
Masa Hori from over there, who's a very famous fan over there, gave this to me as a gift. So this meant the world to me when he gave this to me. So
That's
thank you, Masa-san.
Yeah. Here we go. So, are you ever sore the next day after wrestling that the next day you have to pretend that you're great, that you aren't sore? I keep imagining JCW hurts the next day. So, do you feel really bad and sore after wrestling that you have to pretend that you don't feel that bad just so you can, perform?
I mean, you build callousness over the years doing it so much. So it depends on like what kind of matches. If it's like a regular match, as long as like everything goes well, I'm not as sore the next day normally. But it's like a street fight or a ladder match or a death match. Yeah, you're gonna be sore for a couple of days, but it's just honestly, you just gotta toughen up and go with it.
Yeah, I don't think people understand. Everything looks really glamorous that we're doing, and it is to a degree, but sometimes we get out of like a 6 or 7 hour bus ride or 8 hours, and then we're in the next town straight to the venue in makeup and like getting put together. It's fun, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 dates we have on the 17th in Colorado and then on the 18th in Albuquerque. Those are 2 very good venues, and they're great fans there. So it's going to be a great weekend. Paul has a question. JCW word association with the following names. We can keep me out of it. Violent J, Vince Russo, Big Vito, Congo, and Mr. Happy. So let's go with J first.
Blessed, great guy. Honored to be working here. I remember watching the first JCW Volume 1 when I was 12, and me and my friends Ray sitting there is like, oh man, it'd be cool to be like wrestling there one day. I said, yeah, and I'm hoping to. So like, Jay is a good boss. I will say that. So very happy to get to know him and say that I know him and working for him means the world to me.
Vince Russo.
Met Vince Russo, creative genius, very underrated creative genius, because I know people give him will say what they want about him, but once you actually get to sit there and hear and listen about how he thinks and how he does things, he's a genius. He knows what he's doing.
Big Vito.
How can I put this? You know what?
How you
Vito. You know what? Vito came this when we did Hollow Wicked. Vito came to the I was like just standing in the ring. Vito came up to me, and he didn't have to do this. He took me to the side. He was teaching me some stuff.
Oh, was he?
So yes, So Vito is a great teacher. He cares about the business. He really cares about the business, and for what he's doing, I think this is like, from what I've seen like over the years from being a fan to knowing him, I think this is some of the best stuff he's done in the like vignettes and wrestling and all the way across the board. So Vito is definitely earning his stripes right now.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been this intimate with anyone in any of my vignettes till now. But I'm glad that it's Vito, because at least it's like a hot guy. Thank God. Ugh.
It's Jasmine.
Huh? No, it's okay. I'm good.
Okay.
Anyways. I'm good. No. I don't. Nah. Yeah. Congo Kong.
All right. So me and Congo Kong have had a long history together.
Yes.
And I consider Kong one of my best friends outside the business. Mm-hmm. Not trying to break that wall or whatever people want to talk about, but like we have battled everywhere and we have put on match after match after match. We've spilled blood. He's beat my ass. I've beat his ass. So being able to be here with him and being a part of Monster Corp with him is pretty cool. And like same thing with, and I'll go right into Mr. Happy. Like
There you go.
Mr. Happy, he's one of my probably one of my favorite people I've worked with. One of the nicest guys. Even when he I don't understand what he's saying by doing that, but
It's the happy dance.
it's the happy dance.
Yeah, you got to do it one day, and then you go, dun, dun, dun. Then he crushes them. Yeah.
I will say this, Jasmine, is like me, you like getting to work with you, getting to have Steve and Happy, like all like I feel like for me personally, it's like it's a tight knit group and like it's my friends that I'm with, and I know that we can create all the chaos in the world with it. So what we have is a good thing. I really mean that. Like I'm happy to be a part of this.
And you've never had a manager before.
Not really. Like I've had people try. Like I mean, when I did my little MLW stint back in 2021, they had me with Kim Chi, and that lasted like maybe 2 shows. So
Yeah,
people have tried to put
was-
managers with me, and it's never worked because like they don't know how to work the gimmick. Like
Well,
you
they
haven't.
weren't-
What's that?
They weren't me.
No, it's true. Yeah, you haven't. You'll beat my ass with a kendo stick if I mess up. So I already know that. I already know better. So.
Yeah, seriously, MLW, Pièce Saint Laurent. Like, what were you thinking putting Beastman with just a rando? Come on. Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah,
I know
that's a song. That's a song for another time. So.
Yeah, I'll never end up working there, so it's okay. I could say it. I think NWA has a lot of good stuff. I still think like Brian Idol is one of the hottest guys in wrestling. Anyway, we won't say that too much. Huh?
I'll text him and tell him that you said that.
No, he knows. I think that. I think I freaked him out.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I could come off like a bit strong with people. I'm a very intense person, but I'm very set in my ways and like, I don't know. Anyway,
So.
don't. Oh my God! Now, Steven, look, everyone. Yes, Brian Idol knows. I think he's the hottest guy in wrestling. Like I'm. Okay, I can't say this. All right, I'm like.
Yeah. Now, just to let you know, you brought this up. I didn't say a word, so this is all on you.
Okay, I'm intimidated by him because he's so next level hot. Like they don't make guys like that anymore. I'm serious. Like he looks like. Oh my God. He looks like that guy I like on the VHS dating site. He's like the guy with the long blonde hair that was really, I don't know if anyone follows VHS dates on Instagram, but there's the one guy with the long blonde hair who's like so my type. But anyway, okay. It's like getting
He reminds me of a guy named Earl Cooter from back in the day. So he reminds me of a guy named Earl Cooter from back in the day. So
Anywho, moving right along. What's your favorite flavor Faygo?
Oh, so I've always been an orange and a moon mist guy. I'm kind yeah. You ever tried moon mist? It's like Mountain Dew.
Yeah. That's okay.
It reminds me of a surfer. I could see it.
I could see you with Moon Mist because you did say something about Mountain Dew from when you were a child.
So basically, I used to drink Mountain Dew like water back in the day, and that's only because like that's like the West Virginia that's the West Virginia moonshine is Mountain Dew. It's crazy.
I like the cotton candy. Have you done Faygo Armageddon, or will you ever do it?
Okay, I did Faygo Armageddon on Halloween. All right, I go out. I'm doing the thing. I look to my right and I see Shane Mercer throw a bottle of Faygo. It hits me right in my eye.
Ugh, Shane.
And you just hear him go, because it's Shane. What can you say?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
No. What's that?
Maybe we'll work with him and I'll get to cane him.
I hope you do. Came twice. 3
Like,
times for that
that's
matter.
That's the eye. I did the Fago Armageddon once, and it was like my clothes were drenched, my hair was drenched, and I had like 3 hours to be at the airport. So I walked onto the plane with sweats and like someone's t-shirt because I didn't have real clothes, and my sneakers were drenched too. So I had to get like
Word.
flip-flops. It was horrible. I don't travel in flip-flops. I'm not that type of woman. And I don't travel in sweats or t-shirts for that matter. I'm just a very classy. My in-ring gimmick is really who I am in real life to a degree, I think. Anyway.
You think?
No, I know. Come on, everyone knows that. So, moving right along, where do you see yourself as far as wrestling? Do you see yourself running your promotion more, wrestling as much as you can, or do you have that 5-year plan that some people do have?
So it's a good question. And I'm giving myself maybe another 5 years to do traveling as much as I am. And I see myself in the next 5 years being more of an international name, like going over Japan full time, being more of a draw outside the States. Right now, like my goal is to travel the world. I'm not trying to get a contract with any major company. I'm happy with the companies that I work for now. I just see when it comes like my promotion's my end game in the business. That way, when I'm done wrestling, I still have some way of involvement, so that I can keep that going. So right now, that my goal is to, within the next 5 years, be an international name, travel all over the world. Eventually, when I do call it a career, have ECW be my full-time gig.
I think that sounds fair. I hope we get some international bookings like next year or this year. So I'm already looking at something in the UK. I just have to hear back, so hopefully sooner than later. But England's a great place. Other parts of Europe have some great promotions. Cyprus Pro Wrestling Holland, Rise UK, Championship Extreme Wrestling in the UK. What's the other one? Banger Pro Wrestling in France. And in Italy, there are a few federations as well. So we'll get there. It'll be a
go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Whoa. So yeah, it's a great time, and I know in Italy there's a huge Juggalo fan base there. We've got to add you to the photos as well. So,
Okay.
Without further ado, I do have to ask you, where could people find out more about you online and purchase stuff? By the way, we have to get a merch table this weekend. Let's make sure we get a merch table set up for the show.
Okay.
So we can sell our stuff. Where can people find you and check out your bookings, and what do you have coming up?
So if social media, Instagram, Twitter, Beastman Husk. Easy as that.
It's right there.
Booking wise, you can see me coming up. You can see me this weekend in Denver and Albuquerque for Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Can't wait to see everybody out there. Next week, I'm back home in Pittsburgh for a promotion called RWA. The 31st, I'm in Philadelphia for GCW. The 1st, I'm in New York City at Melrose Ballroom for GCW, JCW, Jersey Championship Wrestling.
Yes.
Let me see what else I got in February. You can catch me in Lima, Ohio on the 7th. Nothing Valentine's Day weekend because I'm spending it out with my wife because we never had Valentine's Day together. So I promised her I'd give her that this year. Then back on the road for Juggalo weekend, the 26th, 27th, 28th. That's all I have right now.
That's going to be fun, Juggalo weekend. I want to go on a date with a Juggalo. Like, I want to do the opposite of the netting game and have, like, the old school dating game show and have 3 Juggalos there and, like, pick one. Like, I won't know what they look like at all.
Can I host it?
Sure, you could host it. Absolutely. I think it would be a very good idea. As long as they bathe, and that's fine, because usually I like people that bathe. Anywho, I will see you this weekend, sir. In the meantime, it's been real. I'm going to go order some food or something and dream about Brian Idol. All right. So, yes. Thanks again for hopping on.
Oh, my God.
What? It's true.
I love it. I just think it's funny. I did not know you were a huge Brian Idol fan. So,
oh my God, this is like so fucking crazy. Okay, this is like, now I know how you guys feel when you when you try to take a chance and telling some woman that you think she's hot, and like you take the chance of her laughing in your face, or just, maybe thinking you're hot too. I have no fucking clue.
Did I ever tell you how I met my wife?
I'm scared. What did you do to her?
I didn't do anything. So, okay, I know you're trying to get off so you can order food, but this will be a quick story. It's a good story. So I was at a wrestling show in Pennsylvania. I had my friends, like I had mutual friends that knew her family, so they were like all hanging out together. And apparently, like at the time, Anna's sister, Anna's her name. Her sister was like, "Oh, we're gonna find you a husband that night." So I guess they were like, like when I was coming out, they're like, "There he is, right there. That's your husband right there." And I didn't know any of this time. So I'm in the ring and I'm doing my thing. I look in the crowd, I see my friends, I see her, and I'm like, so I get to the back and I text my buddy who's with him. I said, "Hey, tell the girl in the black hoodie." I said, "What's up?" I was sure to give her the husk, LOL. Can't believe I just said that. So, but I saw the lust in her eyes though when I was out in the ring. So after the show, they introduced us to each other. I go up to her and I said, and I'm usually good at pickup lines. And I said, don't mind me being you have to excuse me, I get real sweaty around pretty girls. And she's like, "Get the fuck away from me, you creep." Her exact words. So they put us all in a group chat, and then the next day, like she messaged me like outside, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And we just started chatting, just started talking. She hates wrestling, by the way, which is like the perfect scenario. So, we went out and then we started talking, and then feelings were caught, and then here we are. 6 years later, we're married. That's the short version. If I tell you the long version, we'd be here another hour.
I just don't know where you came up with your pickup lines. I mean, I had this conversation with Gail Kim earlier about dating civilians, because if you date a guy civilian and you take him to a show and he sees you like strutting around in slutty outfits, they think you want to fuck after the show. Like after the show, I just want to fucking sleep. Like I want to have some pasta or like something really good and like watch a little bit of TV and just go to sleep. I don't even give a shit if I shower or not. Like I probably am not going to shower anyway until the next day or two. There have been times when I've been ringside and I still didn't shower from the night before, but I don't care because it's wrestling.
So other than thinking about Brian Idol, what is your go-to after the show? Like, do you like have like a certain snack you like that you like to get before you go like to the next town or anything like that? Because mine's like zebra cake and a smart water.
What is zebra cake?
You ever had zebra cakes? Oh, Jasmine, you never had zebra cakes? I'm bringing you one this weekend. They will change your life.
Zebra. Zebra. Oh, Little Debbie.
Yeah.
Oh, these are cute. Oh yeah, I'll try one. No, I usually just have some water because I don't really eat a lot. But then sometimes I have bigger eyes and like maybe some popcorn or some pasta. If I'm at home, then I'm coming back from a show. I have pasta from Italy, so I'll make that.
Okay.
If not, then it's just sometimes I'm just too hungry, and or just like I don't just give up and go to bed. If it's too much. Drive-through hamburgers.
Taco Bell. It's always Taco Bell. I always get a protein bowl. So
Okay, or the Dorito tacos. In Denver, there's a really good diner that's opened late that has pineapple turnover pancakes. I told Kong about this, and it has they have real chili in the omelets. It's really good. So that's my go-to after this show.
all right.
Yeah, we've got to do it. Like I've told like Amazing Maria about it. I've told Kong. Now I'm telling you. Now I'm telling everyone in the chat. And I hope for those of you going to Albuquerque, you join us for the party in the parking lot, the tailgate party. I'll definitely be there. You'll be there. If we're not shooting promos, we will be in the parking lot partying with everyone.
Word.
A heavy metal parking lot almost, which is a great movie. But yeah, it'll be fun. I think that's very cute how you met your wife.
Oh, thank you, Jasmine.
You're very
All right.
lucky. But that pickup line, man, we got to work on that shit. I don't know if I could do that. So I'll see you next weekend. Thanks so much for taking the time out.
Thanks, Jasmine, for having me. I greatly appreciate it. It was an honor to be on here. I'll see you later.
That was just Beastman. And actually, he does speak, you see, but just not in the ring because that's my job. So anyway, folks, thank you so much again for joining me for another episode of Off the Rails live stream. Almost every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And of course, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to me on iTunes, Crazy Train Podcast with a K. This week's guest is Gail Kim. That comes out this Wednesday. I'm super excited for that. Everyone, make sure you treat each other nicely. If anyone's a douchebag to you, be douchebag back to them. But most importantly, stay frosty.